What's good, everybody? What's up, man? This is Stephen Qualls II, aka Mr. Qualified. It's your boy, and we're back for another episode of Behind the Brand. Man, I hope everybody's feeling refreshed, recharged, refocused, reset, all that good stuff. I hope everybody was able to take heed or take something from last week. Just the importance of recharging, man. We all need it, and the reason we need it, and I'll just go right into the topic for today. And I definitely want to touch on the person who inspired this, or inspired me to kind of bring these two things together. But if you all aren't aware or weren't aware, this past Wednesday was the 2-year anniversary of the unfortunate death of Nipsey Hussle. And as we all have come to know, or all have even come to take on in our own way, form, or fashion, is the mantra of the marathon continues. And that can be broken down, in so many different ways or applied to so many different things, but I want to focus on two specific things. So the marathon continues based off of, the recharging that I was speaking about, because look, we just finished the first quarter of the year, for my sports people, we just finished the first quarter of the year, the first 3 months. And sometimes that first quarter can be unpredictable. You can never know what to expect. You can never know how it goes, and it can be misleading. Sometimes you come out slow and you got a second gear that you ain't even tapped into yet. And sometimes you come out real hot and you don't realize that you done burnt yourself out too much. So it's really unpredictable. But that's why you need to take the time to recharge. That's why that's so important, because you got to be able to think clearly. You got to be able to see where you're at, engage where you're at. And you're not able to do that when you're tired or when you're burnt out. So again, the marathon continues. So remember, recharge so you can continue that marathon. Don't feel like you have to continue the marathon and never find ways to make it easier on yourself, or never find ways to take care of yourself within that. I feel like even a sprinter, would tell you that they got tricks to make sure they don't burn themselves out within a race, right? So that's one aspect of it. And then the second aspect of it touches on what's been the whole goal of QUALLified for the month of March, which has been Women's History Month. And the marathon continues there because, fellas, we just have a lot more work to do. I would like to say that myself, I feel like I do my best to make myself aware and to make sure I'm as educated as possible on understanding why things are so difficult for women versus for men, and some of the trials and tribulations that they go through and that they have that we just don't experience as men. And seeing all the wonderful ladies and Jalen, and she'll get her shout out at the end, but seeing all the wonderful women who were interviewed this month, and even being able to just sit back and watch an interview between two women really changed my perspective. There's a different type of care. There's a different aura even when you see two women, and you see two black women specifically having a conversation, having a vulnerable conversation, being able to relate to certain things. And there's even a sadness, or there was a sadness for me in watching some of the things that they relate to, and it's like I would have never thought about it. I would have never even thought to be concerned about that, be aware of that, but that's something I have to do on a daily basis. And so, fellas, the marathon continues for us. We really have to keep striving, asking questions. I'd rather ask a question and be told that I'm wrong for asking, or be told that I have something wrong, than to just assume or think I know it all for the simple fact that I am a man. So the marathon continues there as well. But yeah, we just have to keep getting better. Overall, keep getting better with yourself. Recharge so you can do that. But also, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to just shut up and listen. Sometimes for us fellas, because that's really how we're going to learn, especially when we're trying to learn, from the women in our lives. That's really the best way to go. So, to end this Behind the Brand, I just want to give a special shout out to all the women, in my life, my mom, my sister, my girlfriend, cousins. There's a large list of women who are really impactful and influential in my life. But I just want to say thank you to you all. You all deserve more than just a month of recognition. It should be 24/7, nonstop. And I know I'm working to do that personally, and I try to hold people who are close to me to that standard as well. And last but not least, a special thank you to the GOAT, the talented, the next big thing in sports, Miss Jalen Johnson. You did an amazing job. I'm so happy that you took the time and took the opportunity to take over for me this month. I know that you mentioned that you were nervous, and that it meant so much for me to kind of give you this opportunity with something that's so close to me, and I couldn't really think of anybody better that I would have trusted and that I would have loved to see in that position, and you did amazing. So shouts out to you. We both out of here, both getting these grad degrees as well. So double shout out. And yeah, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend and y'all have a good time, man. We in a new phase, new time, new season, new quarter. So let's get to it, and the marathon continues. I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.